Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jimmy James. You're watching Commodity Confidential. What a day. What a night. It has been tiring, to say the least. Silver's getting smashed down again. However, we've gone into backwardation on the May contract. The reason being, we're still in backwardation now. I did say in yesterday's video, it looked like we were getting within 20 or 30 points. Well, today, because they need to load up from London, so they've used the COMEX paper market to drive the price down while they load up from London. It's just a transfer of metal. That's all it is. Now, last night when I got into bed, I had a look at the markets and I thought it's coming down. We were around $92. China was ready for coming online. And I looked at it, and after I closed out yesterday, I could have had the $7,000. It didn't quite work out. We closed out at, I can't remember, 3,000 something. So we'll take that. Then the price started to rise up. It went to $90, and you could just see that there was a fall coming. So I decided to work through the night and I put a short on. I've got the trades here so you can have a look at them. And I did make schoolboy error this morning, which I'll own up to in the minute. And here is, if you look at these trades, we cashed out these yesterday at 19:15, so 7:15 UK time. So it was all of the shorts. So anything from above there, that line, all of this is what I've traded last night. So we started at 11 minutes past 2 in the morning, and I put only a smallish short, and we built on it a little bit. So we got in at 80, the highest price we got in at was 89.54. And then I just built on that. 89.47, 88.15, 88.30, 87.52. And eventually it paid out, what was that? 200, 500, 1,000, about 1,500 and something pound. And then I closed it out at 85.23, mainly because I was tired and I could feel my eyes going. I've actually got a video on my phone, which I'll show you in a minute. But so I closed it out there, and then I thought, it's not going to stop. It's going to keep going. But rather than get into the markets, I thought I'll just see how far it is going to go. And it ended up going where I actually thought it was going to go yesterday. I was a little bit early, which is unfortunate for me, but that's the way it goes. So we got down to the lowest. I started going long after it continued to drop, because I thought we might come back up. So I was getting in at 3:31 this morning. I got in at, this is a long position, 76.93, and it closed out at 75.81. So that's why it's red. I lost £560 on the trade. I jumped straight back in. Schoolboy error. I should have put 100. I should have put 100 points away. Well, in theory, 1,000, and I put 100, so it drops after, a dollar. I wanted to do $10, so it closed out. So I spotted that though and jumped straight back in the market. So we were long silver from 76.34, 77.47, and 76.26. And I ended up closing that. I had 15 units. And I closed them all out at 77.57. Could have left them a little bit longer, but my eyes were literally falling out of my head. So I closed out at 6 o'clock this morning. My alarm goes off at 6:30. So as you can imagine, I didn't get much sleep. But on that long position, we made 1,200 and 1,300 £1,300 on that. So it was a really good night. So my son came into me this morning, woke me up. I'd only had about 30 minutes sleep. That's all I've had all night. I've not had much sleep, to be honest, since Tuesday, but hey ho, I'm not complaining about that. But the reason I'm telling you, I had my laptop at the side of me and he woke me up. I said, right, yeah, got to get up. And I picked my laptop up, and what I'd done, I had left a trade on ready to place. Didn't place it because I gave up on it. I was going to go to sleep. And when I picked my laptop up on the D-pad, I picked the laptop up and pressed. And it is genuine. You know, you hear all these mistakes from people. Oh, yeah, I pressed the wrong button and what have you. Cobblers. Uncle Tom Cobblers. But this morning, I genuinely did. Didn't realise I'd done it. Put it on the side. Went to have a coffee to try and wake up. And I came back in and Harvey said, yeah, did you get on with your trades last night? So I was showing him. And I saw the balance moving up and down. I thought, that's odd. There's nothing actually really trading at the moment. And when I looked, I'd clicked on, I placed a trade on the futures market for the May contract, a long, and I'll show you that. So the saga has gone on because as the day, I think it was 8107. It's just a random number where it was when I picked my laptop up and put it down. So a lesson to be learned. Don't leave any trades ready to place. Always close them out or make sure that the mouse isn't over the place trade button as mine was. So yeah, so I looked at that and he said, why have you done that? And I said, well, I haven't. I've obviously clicked it when I've picked my laptop up. And in fact, let me put my glasses on. I'm looking tired. I know I am, but can't complain. Friday tomorrow. So if I show you the positions that I've got on this silver, I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to see where the silver one is that I put on. It was something past 8:22 this morning. I don't know if you can see that. The very top one there, at 8:22 this morning, and for some $81.07 is where it was. So it means nothing, you know. It's just where I picked my laptop up, like I said, and placed a trade. Schoolboy error. And it was, by the time I realised, it had moved away from me, and it was about 400 or 500 into the red. And I thought, actually, we could have a bit of a pullback today, and then a move back into the 80s. So I thought, I'll let it run and I'll trade it. What a stressful day that's been. So as you can see, all of these trades, I have been dollar cost averaging in since lunchtime. So the initial trade that I put on, that five units at 8107, that's underwater now for just over 2,000. So I've dollar cost averaged all the way down. The last one I put on was just before 2 o'clock, and that was at 75.94. We had multiple opportunities to increase. We went down as low as 72.03 or something like that around that 4 o'clock period. But I thought if it's going to carry on going, we might go to 68. So it's not actually a bad position to. It's a stressful one at the minute, but it's not a bad position to dollar cost average in and then have that as a long trade, put it to one side, even if it goes to 40, 50, yeah, it's going to be, because I'll keep adding to it. So we could be 20, 40, 60,000 in the red on that trade. But I'll just leave it and let it go because I'm convinced that we're going higher. So that can be my long trade. As it is, it's coming back slightly. Now they've stopped smashing the price down with Comex paper and buying back on spot price in London. Just transferring metal around, that's all they're doing. The fundamentals have not changed. So that's where I'm up to. So as you can see, it's been a stressful day. I've still got to get rid of that as well, Wolf Speed. It's in escrow at the minute, so it's only 7 pence, but you've got to phone up to get them to remove it. That was a good trade, that was as well. Phoenix Copper's not doing much. Vast Resources market still closed while they're waiting for their AGM, so that's not really going anywhere. So yeah, all I wanted to tell you is today, at the moment now, the profit stands at, from last night's trading, £2,308.95. Now obviously, that's cashed out, that's all banked in the account. This trade that I've got on here, now this silver long position, 14 units at the minute, its average dollar cost average now is opening at 78.40, so it's 2,300 into the red, which is almost what I made overnight. But I don't want to close that out. Like I said, I think that will go into the 80s, maybe 90s. So we'll leave it running, see how it works out. So the trading profit for today, as things stand, is £2,308.95. Tonight, I've got to get some sleep. Like I said, since Tuesday, I've had about 2 hours sleep. It's no good. But I'll try and show you the... in fact, I will show you. I did a video in the early hours of the morning of the trade that I was placing. My eyes were hanging at the back of my head. I had my headphones on, trying to keep awake. That's the life of a retail trader. Not easy. It's not easy, but the money can be good, so it's well worth it. But you can't keep doing it forever. You do need to get some sleep. So I'm hoping, actually thinking about it, if this May silver contract does go into profit, I might be tempted to close it out overnight and then see where we are tomorrow. Obviously, if it's in the red, we'll just leave it run. And if it comes back down again, we'll keep adding to that position. And it'd be nice to get it to sort of 40, 50 units so that every dollar in movement is around £5,000 profit or loss. If we do go back into the 80s, back into the 90s, then it could be sort of a nice £50,000, £60,000 trade. If it goes down, if it starts going against me, was it going to go the 50s? Well, we'll suck it up. It's not costing me anything to keep it open overnight, because like I've said, with the futures market, there is no overnight carry cost to the trade. So as things stand now, spot price is at 76.74. Futures price, which should be higher, is around 76.56. So you can see it's in backwardation by quite a lot now, actually. All that means is they're using the futures market, the futures contract, to pull the prices down so they can go and load up with physical in London. It could be a transfer from... London is definitely short of silver, so it could be a transfer from the COMEX over to London for the spot market. Somebody also may have an order that they need to fulfill, so they need to get the price down to where they can at least break even, if not make a profit. So I'm fully expecting at the moment. What did we nearly drop today? We dropped 20, actually at 72.03, I think we went to. We were at 92 last night. So that is a $20 drop in, 12 hours? So nothing's changed with silver. The fundamentals have not changed. Nothing has changed, apart from the inventory that is running short everywhere. So this could be a nice buying opportunity. If it continues to sell off, it could go into the 60s. Then I'll just keep dollar cost averaging in and wait for that rise up. If it stayed there for a while, we can kind of try and trade out of it. But if you can't trade out of all of it, you can trade a vast portion of it. So it's just more work. It would be nice to start building from here, back up into the 80s, into the 90s. I'm still not convinced we're going above 100 in February because, like I've said, all the things I talked about in the previous videos. China's going on holiday for the Lunar New Year. We've got February is just not a good month for silver. March, on the other hand, starts turning around. April, start of a new quarter, so we could start rising then. So we'll see how it goes. If we do move into the 80s, 90s again, I might close that out and then look at shorting. We were right yesterday with the short, but closing out when we did, we took a profit and it actually went above where we closed out considerably. So you're never going to get in at the bottom and out at the top. It's just the way it goes. It's frustrating, but that's trading the markets. What I'll do an update later on if I do close out of this and update the daily figure. But I've given you the profit for today. So we've got, you've only ever made a profit or a loss, remember, once you close those trades out. Everything else is just moving up and down, market fluctuations. You either make a profit or you make a loss, but not until you've closed out that trade. So that's something to bear in mind. This is going to be a pretty short video, 16 minutes. If I need to later on, I can do a short. If you can spread the word on the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell. If you can give us a thumbs up, that's superb. Don't forget, tomorrow night from around 6:30 on my other channel, Catch It Live First, we will be live streaming Wisła Kraków back in league action, the mighty Wisła Kraków. The plan is to buy that football club. I've just got to keep these trades coming. Yeah, so join us for that one. And we've got Gökçe Çiçi, or GKS Çiçi, as we would say in the UK, but it's Gökçe Çiçi. I like Çiçi, easier. Yeah, I'll be on her about, I think it's 6:30 tomorrow evening, might be 7:30. Check out the notifications. We'll put one out a couple of hours before anyway. So there's no excuse to miss it. And if you do miss it, you can get it on catch up later once we've finished. And the rest of the day is going to be, hopefully, not too stressful. I'm going to get a good sleep tonight if I can. And we'll see what fireworks happen overnight. Bank of England, by the way, worst kept secret ever. Keeping rates at 3.75%, the base rate, so no change there. European Union, they've kept their base rate the same as well. I can't remember what it was, but they haven't changed it. So interest rates, flat, staying as they were. Gold also pulled back a little bit last night. It's having a little bit of a recovery now. And we'll see what happens at 6:25, daily options expiry. Tomorrow at 6:25, we've also got weekly options expiry. So it's always an interesting time around 6:25. That's 6 till 7 hour in the UK. Always interesting as you see positioning happening and fundamentals kind of go out the window. Although with today's action from 2 o'clock this morning, fundamentals mean nothing if somebody needs to buy metal, which is the US government, by the way. So lots of things going on there with the conglomerate of countries they're putting together now to build this war chest of strategic metals. I think 35 countries so far, something like that, have signed up. So they are putting, I think they're going, just basically going in competition with China. That's what that's all about. So we'll have more news on that as it breaks. All that's left for me to say is, we now want silver to go long, or I do. And although if I do close out tonight and then we go short, I'll be praying for it to come down again. Fickle markets, fickle traders. I am Jimmy James. You've been watching Commodity Confidential. Hit that subscribe button. I'll be back tomorrow. Keep your eye out for the video. See you soon. Have a great evening.